Hello. Hi, how's everybody doing? It's been 2 weeks. I think it's been 2 weeks. Hi Demo, hi Raven. I'm a little sick, but I'm alive. Important. I'm back from Brazil, which is probably where the sickness came from. Goddamn Brazil. I'm doing same. You actually have COVID art? No, I don't think so, cuz I've been tasting more things and I've been drinking right I have like ginger lemon tea on me right now to hopefully help with that a little bit. But it tastes like ginger lemon tea, and the salt and vinegar tastes like salt and vinegar. Everything else tastes the way it should. I think it's just like a little cold or something, or fever. So thank God I don't have to work till next week. Hi Dottie, how you doing? So problem is I don't know what I. Yeah, well soon then yeah, I'll be fine. Hopefully in about. Hopefully. I'm sure the rest of you have already seen my 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 fucking collection that I have been gathering. I've got a couple of Red Bulls to go through and some other ones. Bro, that the fucking Florida Spirits whatever shit was fucking nasty, dude. Why does anybody drink that? Both the energy drink and the alcoholic beverage. Like what the fuck, bro? Who thought that was a good idea? Anyways, so do I have lots of things to talk about? Probably. Will I remember to talk about them? Probably not. Uh, let's start with. Which one should I start with? This sounds like good. Is that too silent? Probably. There? Question mark? I need to remember how to stream. Okay, so now comes the weird part. I don't know how to texture, so we're gonna be learning on the fly, I guess. So, where do I start? Is the real question from my trip to Brazil. I guess I could start where it all began. We woke up at what was it? It was like 7. No, it wasn't 7 in the morning. It was fucking 4 in the morning. I stayed over at my parents' place because I figured it would be easier to just instead of having to wake up at 4 and then drive over to their place, I'll just drive over to their place the day before and then sleep at their place and wake up there. Excuse me. So yeah, woke up at 4 in the morning, I think. Then we left at 4:30. We arrived at the hotel at around 8 in the afternoon. So we drove for 16 hours. You know, Cash should have done an IRL stream. You know, funny thing is, my parents and I think I don't know if it was my sister. I don't know if my sister has one or like my sister's husband, but they got themselves Starlink. So it could have been possible, but I decided not. I don't know if I want to just I don't know if I want to make this have this be. I don't know if I want to have this be Blender stream or just Channing stream cuz bro, I have so much to talk about. But you know what? We're going to do both. Give me a minute. Oh, it's a UV. This one. And then bum. Oh wait, where's the thing? Not that thing. Why is it that like that, bro? That's not right. That's not right at all. The fuck? Ah, okay, so I just have to not select this, I think. And then I want to mess up my sleep time. Why? Why would you do such a thing? So anyways, we drove for 16 hours the first day. That's right. We drove another day. Hate being up so early. What's wrong with being up so early? People to bother you, or is that, or is it something else? But yeah, we drove for like. At the end of the sentence is spreading among my peers. You shall. I'll say what I. Yeah, we drove for 2 days. First day was like 16 hours, the next was 12, I believe. But bro, traffic. Well, first of all, we had to cross the border on the first day, right? To get from our home to the bridge that crosses the border, fine. It was absolutely okay. And then when you have to cross the bridge, we arrived there at 3 a.m., which is not 3 a.m., 3 in the afternoon, which is the worst time to be there. Because the all the stores over in that city start at are up at 6 a.m. and then leave at. Sorry, what is this? Oh, yeah, no. Proper song. Yeah, proper song. Fucking proper. Thank you. Anyways, where was I? Right. So we got there at 3 p.m., which is the worst time to arrive at that bridge because that's when all the stores close and everybody starts crossing over the bridge to Brazil. So we were stuck there for at least an hour in traffic, and we crossed the bridge, and then we had to check in, which was all another line that took at least 20 minutes. Then we had to get back on the road. There's still traffic for a little bit after the bridge. I think that took another 10 minutes. That took so fucking long. And then we had to get to the hotel in a city somewhere. I forget where it was. That's his daddy. I forget where it was. Cascavel, I think, is the place. That's where it was. That's the city. But getting there was a fucking nightmare because I'm so used to driving on the asphalts over here. Because over here, it's just a flat, dry wasteland with like grass and trees everywhere. So you can see miles ahead of you where everybody is, right? You don't have that in Brazil. Where I'm from, the trees, they're like easily 20 meters off from the road. Here, they were only like 2 meters off from the road, so you could not see anything coming from a corner. Plus, it was a lot of hills and ups and downs, so there were a lot of blind spots, and you couldn't rush. And we were slowed down by a plethora of trucks. Missed some. That's not working. That's not it. Hold on. Give it. Okay, now you're just being rude. I don't understand. Unless it's like. Unless. So what? You have to do this and then here. That's also not it. God damn it! I have to. Yeah, we arrived at the hotel, first hotel, like in 16 hours at I think about 8 o'clock ish. At that point, we were all exhausted, and I was sitting in the car not doing jack shit. So I can't even imagine. Well, I can probably imagine how bad it was for the chauffeurs. Um, and the next day we woke up early, not as early as the first day. We woke up at like 6:30, had breakfast, and then left. Why the frick would you just give me a fucking anyway? Uh, give me a minute. That scared me. How to texture? How? What the fuck, bro? I just wanted. I. I just. I just. I wanted to enter how to texture in Blender, and that's the second result. The first result is how to text girls. Excuse you. Excuse you, you horny bastard. Anyways, we left at like 6:30. We had breakfast, and then we continue on to our next stop, which was the hotel where we were going to spend the rest of our vacation. Ah, I hated it. It was, well, I didn't hate it, but again, I wasn't the one driving, but even I was doing mental backseat driving where we were behind so many trucks that were going so slow, or at least felt like it was going slow. And I wanted to pass them at every corner that I could, but no. Because it was, first of all, just two lanes, one for oncoming traffic and uh one for our lane, I guess. I don't know how you would say it. It was just two lanes with the occasional one side having double laned. We couldn't immediately pass everywhere because of all the curves and mountains giving blind spots, which could be dangerous, which means we could crash and shit. So we had to play a very long waiting game. Let me do this. Yeah. Mhm. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Oh. Ah! Ah! Oh, that's hideous! Ah! Look away! Look away! Oh, I understand now. Hold on. Let me just hide a lot of this shit. Here, bottom, this. So yeah, after another 12 hours of driving, of course we took bathroom stops. On the way, I did get some more energy drinks from my collection. Not important, but it's worth mentioning, I guess. Okay, get rid of the shoes. Wait, where are the fucking what? Is it this? No, where is it? That's not it. Hands back up. Wait, where are the buttons? Are they under their shirt? They are. All right. This looks like a horrible skin color. Ugh. Can I change this color to be something? Oh, well, I could probably. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I think I know what's going on here. Need to go back a little bit. Where is it? Under shading, right? Damn, you've been working on this since last year. You get it? Yeah, I got it. I also haven't seen you since last year. Did I do this right? I feel like I did this wrong. Because that's still a horrible, horrible color. That is such a bad color. Ugh. Can I change this somehow? Yeah, same. I haven't seen you since last year. I'll pick color. God damn it. That's not it. That's not it. Hi, Faker. How you doing? How was your New Year's and Christmas? Give me a color, bro. Can I not use the eyedropper tool somewhere? Where was it? We were on the way to our hotel room. We had some stops on the way. The chauffeurs had to get some energy drinks, or had to eat drink some energy drinks to like at least get some of their awareness back. I don't know if it worked. It did because they bought multiple on the way. Or like every day, at least once a day they bought multiple. Once they bought one for the entire trip. Then we got to the hotel, we checked in, then we passed the fuck out. Well, we stayed up for a little longer. I did, at least. I stayed up until I stayed up till I think 12 a.m. and then I went to sleep. And you probably, I think you guys already saw the picture for the beach I was at, right? I think so. Oh, is that where you do that? Oh, I see. Got it. No, the boobs. You can't see them. We still need crab butt for. Well, you're not gonna get crab part for it. I'm sorry. It will remain a trilogy. We do not need to ruin more crab. I don't. I think for most of the first day we were just staying at the hotel. I believe, enjoying the beach, getting some food. Oh, dude, actually, now that I think about it, when we arrived at the hotel, we were, well, I wasn't that hungry, but my mom wanted to get somewhere to eat lunch. Problem was we had nowhere to eat lunch, and the one place that was open was soup. No, not the one place, but this one place where we walked by to try to find restaurants. They were super busy. We tried. We were looking for a restaurant. We found one, and we walked up to it. We walked up the stairs, took a look inside, and was like, "Oh, this is not just a restaurant. This is a very very fancy restaurant." Because my parents looked in, there were people with fancy suits and whatnot, and on the in the parking lot, the tiny parking lot they had, there were two Porsches. There was one Porsche that was like a really old model, like the kind that would be a collector's thing, and probably a newer Porsche model. And you're like, oh, this shit place is expensive. Never mind. Turn around, go, turn around and walk down the stairs. Find another place to eat. We found this kind of beachside bar, I think. And oh my god, was there so many people? Was there a lot of people? It was noisy. Me and my dad agreed, yeah, it's not worth staying here. It's gonna take really long for our food to arrive. So we walked a little bit further. We tried to find a chicken place, but that place was closed. Luckily, on that same street, there was a restaurant open that was having an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or they had what they did was all-you-can-eat buffet, right? And thank God it was that, because I don't know. I don't know. It was cheap, I think, but the food was okay. It wasn't nothing to preach about, but it's good. We have a Porsche sitting in our yard. You rich son of a bitch! Why do you have a Porsche in your yard? I forgot to get water. Fuck. God damn it. I turn on the mirror modifier. Sure. It don't run. Why don't it run? You have a Porsche that don't run? What the fuck, bro? That's a crime. Crime, I say. Crime. Yeah, everybody got food eventually. My aunts stayed at the place and got their food. We went and had some all you can eat buffet. Pretty good. I didn't mind it. Ah, I see. So what I need to do? Wait, can I just do this? The skin of a fair maiden, please. That's better, I think. Well, I'm hoping it is. I need to pee, bro. I had a lot of tea. I sent you a pic of it from my window because I don't want to go outside. Okay, hold on. Who is that? Wait, hold on. I'm more interested in your profile picture. What the fuck? Who is that? Who is that? No, that poor Porsche. Why don't it run? Oh, that's Envy. From where? I really need DCZ. Oh, well, I'm gonna go pee real quick, so I'll be right back. back. I've returned. Eh. Where was I? This my camera roll tell me anything that I did on the second day. I don't think so. It's fine. Oh yeah, you guys saw the lobby cat. Yeah, we were mostly at the beach. We also went to a shopping mall to get. I changed my PvP on Discord again to a robot because robots are cool. I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. Why are you telling me this? I'm not gonna stop you, bro. Go ahead. Yeah, mostly at the beach. We went to got to the shipping. No, we didn't go to the shipping part. We went to a shopping mall that where the shipping port was nearby, and there were 3 cargo ships there already. It was massive. I also got my legs sunburnt because we were there for the middle of the day. During the middle of the day, I wanted to try and get a tan to get my farmer's tan a little like a little better, not as noticeable. I didn't put any sunscreen on my fucking legs because I thought, my legs usually don't burn that easily, but oh boy, oh boy, did they burn. It wasn't too painful, thank God, but I could feel if I rubbed it too hard, then it was, oh, that was not fun. We also went to, have you guys ever heard of the brand Herring? Like the clothing brand. You don't know the clothing brand Herring? Well, it's apparently a super popular. I don't know if it's just a popular clothing brand here or just in general, all over the world. I feel like I've seen that in the States somewhere. But anyways, what I didn't know is that brand apparently has their original factory was set up in Brazil, and it is German. It was like Germans that were fleeing from World War II, hiding in the mountains in Brazil, and they set up a factory in the mountains for clothing. And we got to see just how big it was. As we were going through this one town that had a lot of German architecture. Architecture. You could tell it on the roofs. I should hang on. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let me. So, so we went there to like the original shop, and we also checked out the museum while we were there. Where the fuck is that thing? Where the fuck is that thing? Come on. All right, there. And open link. Do this with both of them. So let me just switch to here. So what we have here, this was the store, the herring store, the clothing store, right? And then I think up here was another one or something. This tiny one, which was I think originally a house, became the museum. This entire section was also part of the factory, but also it was like a building, and on top there's this garden, which we couldn't access. And then the rest of this, all of this was the rest of the factory, or at least part of it, right? It was basically old houses repurposed into a factory. They also had a little model of the little houses that they had here. Well, this is just the front half. They didn't have any back half. Then we're there, and then back to the beach. I stayed in the hotel room. Others went down to the beach. I did also. After that, it was we went to Camboriú, which is a really big ass beach in Brazil. And I mean it was huge, dude. Massive. We went to check out we wanted to check out some things there, but oh my god. The entrance prices are so fucking expensive. Like, let's see what the conversion rate is. Give me a minute. Calculator. Currency. I think it was close to 100 reales. No. That was just this one place we wanted to go, but it wasn't. I think it was. Well, for us it was expensive because we were doing a very expensive vacation, at least for us. I didn't know the conversion rates exactly, but I didn't want to find out either. Oh, do I just do this? Ah, here we go. Let's say I think it was about 50. Oh, it was $10, but still, for us that's a lot. That was per person, $10 per person, and we were there as I think a total of how many people? It was mom and dad, my mom and dad, my three sisters, sister's husband, then both my aunts and uncles from my mom's side, and their kids as well. So that's like five more. I think 15 people total. Let me count again. Me, mom and dad. Good. 16. 16 total people. So yeah, $160, which is a lot. Or it was closer to $20. It was in between. I think it might have been 15. It was in between the 10 and $20 range. But still, that's expensive for us. So we arrived at the little peninsula that there was. We went over a little bridge type thing where I'm assuming goes into like the slums of their place or whatever. I'm not sure. I haven't been there. I don't want to find out. Yeah. Uh we walked around took a look at the beach, took some pictures, and then had some churros. I think that day we didn't eat until like 3 in the afternoon. We only had breakfast because we didn't plan on staying, because we didn't think we would stay there that long. We wanted to go into 3 places, but they were all so fucking full. There was an aquarium, there was a gondola, there was a car museum, car show thing, a car show museum type thing. But they were either too full, too expensive, or both. So we just walked around to take a look at a lot of shit. I think there was one more thing, but I forgot what it was. That we wanted to see but couldn't because no, it was first the aquarium and then the car show, which we couldn't go to, and then the gondola, which is there's also the ship, but I don't think any one of us would want to go on a ship. On the pirate ship. I was already on all like the pirate ship and the gondola anyway. On the gondola you could go down a zip line as well on the other side. But we didn't do that. After that, we went back. Where did we eat? I forgot where we ate. We went to this one shopping. The shopping mall. We always went to shopping malls for food because of the food courts, so everybody could choose what they wanted. And I swear to God, it's like pizza doesn't exist in Brazilian shopping malls. Every time, when every shopping mall we went in, I think there was like we went to like 3 or 4. Every single one had no fucking pizza place. They didn't. It just didn't exist, and I was craving pizza since the day I got there, dude. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck, Dio? I wanted that. And, or, I think this is December 31st, so that's Wednesday. Wednesday's a New Year's, right? Wednesday is New Year's Eve. Yeah. There we just mostly, I think. At the beach. There was also like a very Wednesday. Wednesday was the third day, and that's when. Sorry, my bad. I missed. Oh, went there Tuesday. There was also like a big rain, which washed away part of our beach. That's also where I got Crab Part 3. And then for New Year's, I stayed up until like 12 a.m. Obviously 12 or 1 when the fireworks started. They were really nice fireworks. That's when we also went to Beto Carrero, which is the biggest amusement park in South America, as far as I'm aware. And we didn't go on barely any of the rides because my family does not have patience to wait 20 or so minutes. They did not trust the clocks to be accurate either. You know how they have signs or something in front of a line to say how long the wait is. Some of them said 20 minutes, and then we walked in. We saw a lot of people, and the people who wanted to go on there, like, nope, not waiting that long. Don't want to wait 20 minutes, because that doesn't look like 20 minutes. That looks like an hour. But it said 20 minutes at the thing, and it's digital, so I'm pretty sure they know what they're talking about. Anyways, I already went on those rides anyway, so I can't be too upset. Also, so we only went on one ride, which was the train, which is nice. We went through a little bit of like lush, like some forest stuff, and a little field. When we went out into the field, we saw and they did like this little whole spiel of there being bandits who wanted to take the monies, even though it was a very tiny train. But as usual, there's like the guy that comes out on a white horse, save the day, who was, I think, supposed to represent the original founder of Beto Carrero, because it was originally a circus, which I didn't know before, but was apparently a circus before it became as big as it is now. And the original owner was some dude in all white with a white horse performing with all sorts of animals. The announcer also mentioned that there were capybaras, or like very friendly capybaras. We didn't see any capybaras, dude. There were none to be seen. Only turtles, some birds, and the horses that the bandits were riding. Yeah, we did that, and we also watched the Hot Wheels show. It was a whole performance thing. It was really cool. You could they since these are like professional daredevils, they were doing what I would like to call synchronized dancing, but with cars. You could see them doing stunts like jumping over some ramps and also being on two wheels, driving on two wheels with a car, doing donuts and whatnot. They also had a truck. They didn't jump over. They had motorcycles too, but they didn't jump over any of the ramps because I think like a couple months ago, one of the daredevils died due to an accident from undershooting a ramp. So yeah, they don't do that no more. Uh, Another thing worth mentioning. The guy that was announcing, it was all in Portuguese, but he kept saying like "Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels," and for the first couple times, me and the rest of the family were like, "What the fuck is he chanting? What is he saying?" I think about the third or fourth time around, he started saying it. It clicked. I was like, "Oh, he's saying Hot Wheels." He's pronouncing it in such a weird way that we couldn't understand the word Hot Wheels. After all that was over, I think everybody was just upset and tired. We didn't know what we wanted to do. We had an hour until the Madagascar show started, which was just a circus performance basically, bunch of gymnastics and whatnot, which was Madagascar themed. At first, we were I think mostly split between like staying and leaving. I think my blood related aunt, because I have a blood related aunt and uncle, and the others like the from my mom's side. My aunt, one of my aunts just left because they were tired. And the boys wanted to go back to the ocean to swim. So yeah, they did that. Meanwhile, the other aunt and uncle, they stayed. We didn't know what we wanted to do. Some of us wanted to wait for this Madagascar show. Some of us wanted to go home. And then my dad, my mom made this wanted to just get up and go to the hotel because my dad was also getting a bit grouchy. And then when she got up and said it out loud, that's when my dad got pissed and just decided, you know what? No, we're staying here and we're gonna watch this fucking show. And we can't say anything against it because dad's the chauffeur, so we can't we can't have no say against it anymore. We don't have no say in whether we can leave or not anymore. If my dad made up his mind, then that's it. So we watched the show. It was actually pretty okay. It was a part where one of the performers was sniffing the audience like as in character to one of the Madagascar characters from the third movie. Ended up sniffing my dad. Which was kind of funny. I don't know what she said. She said something. I caught it on camera, by the way. I don't know what she said, but maybe I can show it to Tails, or at least the audio, and he'll tell me. Yeah, there was a bunch of uh, mostly dancing and then trampoline stunts and bicycle stunts as well. Then when was all over, we left. We of course had pizza in between the Hot Wheels show and the Madagascar show, which wasn't too bad. It was Pizza Hut. It was the only hut Pizza Hut. It was the only thing that not the only thing there, but it's the only thing we were really craving. It was actually decent pizza. It was good, I would say. And then we left home and just got ready to pack everything. We packed everything and then left first day. I think this time around it only took us about 12 to 14 hours to get to the hotel. No, it wasn't even that long. It didn't take as long as the first time because the traffic wasn't as bad. And the next day, woke up at like 6:30, had breakfast, and no, woke up at 6, had breakfast at 6:30, and then we left home. We left for home at 7, to which I had Popeyes for the first time, and it was really good. And then we got home at like 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. But yeah, we're gonna be taking a quick break. That's I guess enough yapping for me. So go get your shit, go take a shit, get some water, get some food, and we'll be back in about 3ish minutes. So be right back. Back. I returned. I should have gotten tea while I was at it, man. Fuck. Oh well. It's whatever. Yeah, that was my vacation. The biggest traffic jam was, I think, at a toll booth and again across the border. But other than that, no. Wait, there was one other. There was one other toll booth on the way back home on the last day, where we were going through. We were already on home turf at this point. We knew the roads. We decided to go our separate ways, and then we left. And we drove, and then we came across a toll booth. There was a small toll booth. It had like I think 4 lanes total. It had 3 lanes open for the opposite side we were coming from, and 1 lane open for our side. And we were thinking, what the fuck is the holdup here? Why is it taking so long? Why do they get 3 lanes and we only get one? And then we got to the toll booth, and then it was all so fucking clear. The line on the other side of the toll booth was I don't know how I can describe its length. Let's say let's say it was longer than, I'll just say that when we got past it, we just saw cars lined up for as far as the eye could see. We drove for a little bit. It was just more cars. Just stopped there at the end of the line during a toll booth. It's like, oh my god. All of a sudden, our pissy mood got not as pissy as we realized just how bad it was. Because the city, or like the little town we were leaving, was a kind of vacation hotspot for people in the city that so they can go relax there on the weekends. And we got back on Saturday. So yeah, I think we were stuck there for like 20 minutes, but I could no, it was 10 to 20 minutes. And I'm pretty sure the line on the other side would have been easily a half hour to an hour wait if you were to be caught at the end of it. But we got Popeyes for the first time, or I did, and it was really good. I also There was also a cashier there that spoke English. Not very good English, mind you, but she spoke English. No, I'm not gonna say not very good English. I'm gonna say she knew English enough to speak it, but you could tell there was a heavy accent. She apparently was lived in Canada for a little while, and she also had a Canadian boyfriend. I only knew this because we talked a little bit. Did I get her number? No. I didn't want to. I did not want to. To me, that's I don't like doing that, man. I meet them once for the first time and then immediately sorry. Immediately need to get their number. I'm like, no, I'm back. What did I miss? Not much. I just mentioned wait, when did you leave? What was the last thing you heard? I need to check some things. I must check things. Hold on. To be honest, I don't remember. Well, god damn it. Anyways, I was talking about how like one line at a toll booth was like super long on the opposite side we came in at, and I didn't. Oh, it was car after car after car, and they had 3 lanes open, and they couldn't keep up. It was like a 4 lane hole, and one of the lanes was for the lane we were coming in out from for leaving the town, or like the place where, the section we had to go. The other one was to go in, and I only realized after that. No, I didn't realize after. My dad told me after that the town we were leaving from was a kind of vacation getaway over the weekends for people in the city. So there was an extremely long line, like long. Why the fuck is my Discord not loading image? Anywho, long lines, yeah, but we were stuck there for like I think 10, 15 minutes more or less. But I'm pretty sure everybody else on the other side would have been stuck there for at least an hour. But that was already on our side of the road, so anyways, then I had on the way we stopped by a Popeyes. It was my first time having Popeyes. It was really good. There was also a cashier. The cashier there apparently also spoke English. It was also probably her first day, or her, or like she said, the system that they were having was having issues because she was struggling with the tablet right in front of her. But yeah, the cashier there spoke English, so we chatted. We're like, well, we didn't chat a lot, just like a little bit. She asked me, "How long have you been here in this country?" I was like, "I think 20 years now." Like 20 years? She exclaimed. Like, yeah, it was. We left Canada was like when I was a year old, and then came back when I was 5 ish, and we kept it English. And my parents wanted to keep English in the family, so we kept speaking English and watch English movies and everything else. How I know English, and she mentioned, and then I got my order done and left. I had a six. I got myself a 6 piece wings combo, which I regret because I needed more. I hadn't eaten until since like 6:30 in the morning. It was already 3 p.m. I was starving, so I ordered the 6 piece, devoured that, then immediately ordered another one. This time it was with my mom because she wanted to order something else too. And then we talked a little bit more, and then my mom said the same story I did, and she mentioned uh that we sounded a lot like natives. Like, yeah, thank you, that's a compliment. And I asked her, "How do you know English?" She knew she was. Then she mentioned how she was in Canada for a little bit when she was 13. She also had a Canadian boyfriend, which also helped. I don't know how long she was there for though. And I didn't get that out of her, but I ordered my shit and then left. And then my dad asked me later, "Did you get her number?" I said no. I was like, "Oh," and she was all like, "Oh, come on." Like, it's not that I didn't think about it, but the problem was I did think about it, and the immediate thought was I do not know this woman that well. The second, she's like 6 hours away from me, and I have no other way to get there other than like bus or cycle, and that seems like a nightmare. So you know, I don't know. Long distance at the moment, at least, seems a bit too much for me. I'm also not really looking for anybody in particular. I'm not driven enough to actually go looking for somebody. Anyways. Now, what to Why? Why? What did I do? What did I do? Why did you? What did I do to deserve this? The first boop of the year. mean I should. Oh. All right. This is where I have to start concentrating, bro. I would assume it goes like here somewhere. Something like. Okay, let me figure this shit out. Because first of all, she has like. Ah, but first ban of the year. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Throw hand skip. I was on the ban button. Well, seems like I was on it faster, so you're gonna have to do better than that. Let me go ahead and assume that's exactly what it needs. Ah, it's the ears. Thanks for the lurk, Dottie. Can I make the brush size smaller? Can. Nice. Now, where's that other part of her here? I do not know how this would continue, but I'm gonna assume it goes for a little bit. Like say out. It doesn't go up until the shoulders, so I have to be careful here, actually. Also, what is this? Oh, hold on. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Why is that? Why is that there? Hmm. Just because of this, and then there we go. Ah. I forgot to add the thing, but oh, I seem to have missed a spot. Where is that spot? Ah, there. I see. Undo that bit. Hold on. There we go. I'm trying to look at fan art, see if there's any thing that would help me find out how far this fucking neck thing goes, but I'm gonna assume it doesn't go further than the shoulders, so I'm gonna have to take a look at. So fell asleep for 14 hours. Hi, Klutz, how are you doing? I don't know who did fall asleep for 14 hours. You're gonna have to tell me. Ah, okay. Let's start from here then. Black. On the back side, so like here. No. Right. Turn off the shirt. How's this come together? Not very well. Up. The back part needs to come in a little more. What the fuck?
Oh, okay, I get it. Hmm. Grab this, maybe cut that off a bit. Well, this part definitely needs to be cut a little bit. There. Now, how do I make it? Oh, this part also needs a little bit more rounding out. You can just right click, that makes it so much easier. I do want it more like that, so This is tricky. This is surprisingly tricky. What if I do it this way? Better, but not quite. That's a weird mirror effect, but that's fine. I think this'll do. I want it to be I had a weird dream and it ended with a girl touch my. Why do you have to tell me that? Why? Why do you have to tell me that? Hungry. Could have kept that to yourself. Anyways, before that, it was normal shit like going back to school. Why? You have to tell me that part. Oh. I don't know. I guess I could try doner kebab. I'll find out later. Like 8:30, I think I'll order. Ish. No, 8:40. Be fine. Now, what was I doing? I wanted to find out how do I manage this brush? How do I make it better? So, hi Cupid, how you doing? Another part of it was I accidentally destroyed her. Okay, that's funny. That part's funny. Airbrush. And then with this, I do like very big, right? Oh, not that big. Hmm. Okay, I am realizing I did this wrong. Oh, can I do this? I can. Not a very strong blur, though. No, wait, hold on. It'll do. The flu. Oh, God. How, you may ask? Well, a good amount of people in the neighborhood had real loud screams, and mine sounded like fucking Godzilla. The flute. That sounds like a not fun time. I'm also a little sick. I don't know what I have. Oh, boy. It's getting hard to speak, man. Hold on. Let me get some more tea. Right, I'm back. I need my tea to chill out a little. Yeah, my tea ever so slightly, or not spice, hot. Can I get the power of this done? Come on. That's all the blur you have for me, bro. Give me more blur. More. More. I feel like airbrush would do a better job. I did black. And then okay, let's first of all do this. Right? And do. Uh, ah, sorry. What happening with you? I got back from Brazil and I got the sickies. I don't know what it. Actually, the first time my throat is starting to close. Mostly because I haven't been talking a lot. Thank goodness I don't have work this week. Otherwise, I'd be dying. I would just be think. Yeah, I'm dying. Fun. Dying is always fun. That's normal, at least for me. Whenever I return from a foreign country, I'm usually sick. Tends to happen. Let's do that first. And this. That's the wrong color.